Katta needs your help.
Katta? I don't know a Katta.
She's already told me she knows you.
All right, as it's you I'm talking to. Yeah, I know her. A man's gotta be careful. It's dangerous to throw in with the wrong people.
She says she's innocent.
Doesn't everyone say that when they get caught?
So you're saying she is guilty of the thefts? That Cormac was right to convict her?
Guilt, innocence, that's all about who's deciding, isn't it?
Are you gonna help her or not?
Will you accept a no?
No.
Is that any way for a friend to act? All right. I will do it. It isn't as if I didn't have a plan.
What's your plan to save her?
Okay, listen. She's accused of theft, right?
Correct.
So, what happens if those thefts continue now she's in exile?
That would be proof the accusations were false.
See? Always knew you were quick. So, all you need to do is steal the right stuff.
Me? Keep me out of it.
If you're out of it, I'm out of it. I'm not sticking my neck in the noose without someone there to stop me falling. Somewhere it incriminates our scapegoat, of course.
Scapegoat?
The guy who snitched on Katta. Drogue. He tried to fit her for the crime. Now we'll do that to him. Come on, you must know him. He guards the main city gate. You like as not saw him on the way in here.
You don't like Drogue.
He's a prime A1 blackmailing asshole who uses his position to rob people and make them feel small. What's not to like? Go to Cinda and Bourne's huts. Everyone knows they've got chests of valuables. So, here's the plan. You find those chests and break into them. You steal the valuables and leave a claw behind in their place. Then, you put those valuables, those stolen valuables, into a chest in Drogue's house together with another claw. That's going to make him look very, very guilty.
Why a claw?
Because it's the sign of, well, that doesn't matter for now. Let's just say that when people see the claw, they will take it as proof of Drogue's guilt. So, take these claws, one for Cinda's chest, one for Bourne's, and one for Drogue's, and get the job done. Everything clear?
How can I break into Cinda's and Bourne's chests?
Break the lock, pick the lock, stare at it until it drops off. I'm sure you can think of something.
Isn't there a simpler way?
Well, I suppose you could use the keys. I happen to have picked them up earlier. Here, but don't let those keys get traced back to me. I'd rather not end up at the end of a rope.
How did you get those keys?
If I tell you that, I'll ruin my aura of mystique. Point is, I had them, now you've got them. And you can get Katta free. Problems are solved when Ulbricht's involved.
I want to make a trade.
Always happy to trade.
I stored the goods and the claw in Drogue's chest.
Did you put the claws in the other chests like I said?
Yes.
Good work.
So what's next?
First things first, you can give me the keys to those chests back, right?
Here are the keys.
Right you are. Best for you not to be carrying evidence. Next, I do the dangerous part and tell Cormac that Drogue has been the real thief all along, so he should let Katta come back. But It's best if I speak with Cormac alone. If he sees us together, he'll be suspicious. He's like that. Wait here. I will be right back. Good news.
Did it work?
Yes. You should have seen Cormac's face when everything was there in Drogue's chest. He hates being wrong. Cormac has sent a messenger. Katta will be released.
What about Drogue?
Cormac exiled him. Let's let sleeping Drogues lie, huh?
Thank you for your help.
Brothers in trade, loyalty and money. I told you you could trust me. Besides, Drogue was an asshole. Do you know he once accused me of being a thief too? Now, we'll see how he gets along without his clan to help him. Katta is as free as a bird. Well, if birds had guard duty. She's been given Drogue's job on the gate. Imagine that. Someone in charge of what comes in and goes out, and she just happens to owe us a favor. A big favor. Speak to her when you have time. I'm sure she'll be grateful.
About these rarities,
Yes?
what's the catch?
Catch? What catch? You'll earn a handsome amount of Elexit. Where's the catch in that?
Do you take me for stupid?
No. Stupid would only cause me trouble. Who wants stupid? Smart is what I need. Smart knows how to keep everyone happy. Smart knows how to keep the laws in perspective and turn a healthy profit. And I can see you're smart.
Exactly what goods are you looking for?
Me? I don't want anything. But I might know a few people in need of mature healing roots. Born the cultivator knows where they grow. And if you could persuade him to let you harvest them, then maybe I could persuade someone to give you Elexit for them.
And if I just give the roots to Born?
You could, but then Born's not going to be as financially grateful as me. Meaning he'll pay you less if I have to spell it out.
Born already has the healing roots.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Still, one door closes, another deal opens. There are always more places for a profit.
You should get out of here.
I really have to go.
I don't know what to say. I never thought I would see Goliath again.
It was Ulbricht's plan.
But he wouldn't have done it without you. So it's you I have to thank for getting me home. And Drog has gone too. If ever there was a berserker who needed to be sent away to see some of the world, it was Drog. Here, I don't have much, unfortunately. It's hard to make a living in exile. And here, take this claw. It's important. Keep it. Don't sell it. Don't throw it away. Don't talk about it. That claw will help you when the time is right.
Thanks for the mystery. What will you do now?
I will do my guard duty at the gate. They'll be watching me to make sure they made the right decision in letting me back. So I have to avoid giving them anything to worry about. That said, I do have some business that I have to take care of.
Business. Sounds like you're planning to start more trouble.
Nothing gets by you, does it? A lot of people stabbed me in the back when I was condemned to exile. And I'm sure those people will pay out a few shards to buy peace now that I'm back. Here, for your subtlety.
Didn't you say you were out of money?
Hey, a lady knows how to budget.
About my support. I took care of Eardor.
Are there any problems?
None to speak of.
You have proved yourself a friend to the Berserkers with this act. The work Eardor does is at the heart, the world heart, of everything we stand for. It's criminal that we hadn't helped him before. Thank you.
How am I doing?
Drogue put in a good word for you. You helped Eardor. Something we neglected to do. It seems you weren't able to find the stolen Elex for Kaldrum. You must do more if you want to fit in here. Earn those pledges, and you will earn my approval.
What contact do the Berserkers have with the other factions?
The Albs want no contact but that of war and conflict. Perhaps the Separatists will be more open to conversation, but trust will be hard. We have maintained conversations with the clerics, but the peace that has strained since our last war has never held easy. The outlaws, well, they have no true leader and no true cause. Any dealings with them are dealings with individuals. It's self-evident that the paths of all the factions will cross, and that conflict is likely.
Why are the factions fighting?
That's a question we all ask. How could healing the planet not aid us all? But for the Albs, Elex comes before anything. The clerics worship their god and their machines, and do not trust nature. While the outlaws see only profit and pleasure today, with no interest in tomorrow. And so we come into conflict, and the world burns when it could heal. If we can plant more world hearts in Tavar or Abessa, then we could give all the soil there new life too. But the other factions don't see it that way. They fear the changes we bring.
Do you know that for sure? Have you spoken to the other factions?
Spoken, no. But we sent men to establish world hearts in Abessa and Tavar. And they have been attacked almost constantly. In fact, their reports are overdue. You came to us from beyond our walls. You know your way across these lands. Could you go to the world hearts and see what happened to our men?
Where are the World Hearts?
The World Heart in Tavar was sent to an oasis out in the desert. You will have to walk carefully once you're there. The outlaws do not take kindly to people crossing through their lands. You'll find the World Heart in Abessa to the south of the domed city.
I will look for your men in Tavar and Abessa.
Thank you. It's time that we learn their fates. You ensure you're properly equipped before you go. It isn't a short journey, and the way will be difficult.
Sir, I'm here to report for Acolyte training.
I'm not your commanding officer.
You're not? Oh, raptor balls. I was actually ready for inspection this time. By the infinite skies, I vow that I will be ready for the next inspections. I don't know what you've been told, but there won't be any more mess-ups. The weapons have been cleaned, and I've studied Kalan scriptures, sir.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you stationed in the Horde?
Fieldcraft training, sir. Learn from action. Action builds experience. We face challenges from the unfaithful, both Reavers and Kalan's lesser creatures. Truth is, it's fucking dangerous out here. The Reavers are bad enough, but these Chimeras?
Tell me where these creatures are, and I'll kill them.
Really? Is this a test? Am I supposed to take care of them? Or is you doing it what Kalan wants? Or did Kalan send you to save me? I've read the scriptures, but they don't always make complete sense. I'm up next for patrol duty, and those things killed the last 2 acolytes, so... if this is a gift, or it's a test that Kalan has sent me, then you should come with me to help kill these creatures. We should work together on this.
Where were the other acolytes killed?
East of our training facility, at the foot of the mountain. We buried their remains there, so if you find 2 graves, you're in the right area. But be careful. Those things will be nearby.
I will kill the chimeras.
Well, Kalan wishes it, so I have to follow Kalan's will. After all, we're short of men, aren't we? So not getting myself killed is an act of faith. Our superiors can't argue with that.
I have a search warrant here, from the Hort.
Yes, but what does that mean? What exactly do you expect? Do you think I'm just gonna pull my pants down and let you search me? And you can wipe your ass with that warrant. I might not have anything to hide, but that doesn't mean you can push me around. So go ahead, the sooner you're done, the sooner you can leave me alone.
I just can't believe that.
So annoying. So annoying.
What brings you here? Are you fleeing the Albs? With the danger of the Alb converters, it's surprising more refugees haven't sought our protection. You are safe from the Albs here, in any case. The clerics are the last defense against the Albs, and we shall hold true.
What is the purpose of this outpost?
In theory, we are here to control the border when we get the chance between Reaver attacks, but really, we're a training base. Initiates are posted out here to finish their training. There's a lot of difference between theory in the Hort and fighting our enemies out here.
If you train initiates, can you teach me something?
I'm not an instructor. I'm here to show initiates the real world. That said, we are short of Elexit out here. If you're willing to pay, I could share some of my knowledge with you.
I'm here on an investigation. I have a warrant here, and you are to cooperate.
A warrant? What are you looking for? You'll find everything in order here.
The clerics and Horde have a different opinion.
For fuck's sake, then tell them to come out here and show me how to do it better. I'm starting to get sick of this constant mistrust. Have your look around. Check what you want. You won't find anything. Well, did you find anything? I told you there is nothing out of order here. We keep things tight and ordered here. We live by the rulebook right down to keeping our storage trunks secure.
If that's the case, then you won't mind me inspecting those trunks.
You can check mine, but you'll find nothing but a few pieces of clothing. But please, here, be my guest.
I'm in. I inspected your storage trunk.
Congratulations! Then you can inform the Horde that my laundry is in order.
You know exactly what I found in the trunk. Why would a cleric have a set of outlaws' clothing?
Part of our job here is reconnaissance. And sometimes a disguise comes in handy. Can you understand that?
I'll let the clerics in the Horde decide that.
That's all you want? Yes, I'm an outlaw, but I'm not an idiot. Look, all I'm doing is dealing a few chems. Nobody gets hurt. The clerics want this stuff. And if you let me keep going, I will give you 1/10 of my earnings.
Do you really want to associate yourself with a chem dealer?
Risk? Who's at risk? No one has yet come close to catching me, until now.
And risk yourself in the Horde?
We're not making any deal. Get your stuff and get out of Igniton.
Just like that? No chance.
I'll get you. Finally. I've been waiting for you. Just put the correspondence down over there. Wait, stop. You are the messenger I sent for? Just a moment. Where's your identification badge? And why are you traveling incognito?
I'm not your messenger.
No? Damn it! Then they still haven't found a replacement. They must still be short-handed. How are we supposed to fulfill Kalan's will without the men to do it? But I am going against protocol right now. We haven't introduced ourselves yet. I am Dirk, commanding legate of this outpost. And who do I have the honor of addressing?
It's better if you don't know.
I understand. You think I will go and peddle your secrets. But not every cleric is as stubborn to the core as the majority of those in Hort. There are other rules out here.
What is it that you need the Horde to know?
That is a matter for Balder at the Hort. You are the messenger. Your job is to deliver this, not to question its contents.
If you want the message delivered, then tell me what it's about.
The Hort has to understand what's going on here. Every day I'm sending recruits out and I don't know if they'll come back. People need training and we need veterans in amongst the recruits. We're short enough of recruits as it is. Why are we sending them out to die? So deliver that and make sure you don't get killed doing it.
I'm here on official business. I need to question your men.
Excuse me? What is this order? What is this about?
I have a warrant from Dietrich. You are to cooperate with me.
Dietrich. He doesn't send me a messenger. He doesn't send supplies or reinforcements. But he will send an interrogator? But, very well. Go ahead. Search the place, if only to satisfy him. My trunk code is 4979. There. I have nothing to hide.
Karsten was an outlaw. He was smuggling Elex into the Horde from here.
He was? Not seeing that doesn't put my leadership in a good light. I didn't exactly keep an eye on him. I was just happy another man had been sent to assist. My negligence could have cost me my head. But you have saved me from that fate. Thank you. From me and from the others you have saved.
Do you have work for me?
There's always work that needs doing. But I can't go trusting just anyone with confidential tasks.
About that confidential job. Let me do it for you.
Persistent, aren't you? But I have orders.
And it sounds like you're short of men. Do you need the job done or not?
Kalan, give me a sign. First you wreck our communications. Then you kill our runner. Then you send us this guy. I hope you are Kalan sent. All right. I will take your offer.
How can I get you to trust me?
Trust isn't an easy thing to earn. I'm not sure.
There must be something I can do to earn your trust.
As a wise man trapped between two raptors, logic alone cannot save you. Give me something valuable of yours to hold. That will prove you trust us, and give me assurance you mean what you say. If you prove yourself, I will return what you give me. Here, take the report. Take care of it as if it was your life. This information is needed. Take it straight to Patriarch Balder in Hort. He will know what to do with it. I hope he knows what to do with it.
Be careful.
Chimeras are dead.
All of them? Are you sure?
All of them, for sure.
Wow. Maybe Kalan did send you. Perhaps I should believe more.
The clerics think they were blessed by their god. What sort of a god would make you live here?
You don't like it?
This place seems to want to devour all natural light. And with light fades life.
I have the survival packs you asked for.
They gave it to you? Will they do it again? What did they want to trade?
They wanted Elex it.
That makes sense. Then they can trade for what they need. Here, I hope that covers what you paid.
Call us even.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope we can trade with them again. That way we might all start trusting each other.
Do you have some food for me?
Of course, but I will have to charge you some shards.
No problem. I'll take the food.
I have just what you need. This will get you through the day. This will give you strength.
Hey, is there something you're looking for? I'm here to trade, and I can offer you top quality for a decent price.
Do you have many customers?
Define many. Ignodon isn't exactly the center of commerce on Magalan. I have to work part-time as a miner just to keep going. But, you know, I get by all in all.
Where do you get your goods from?
Mostly from the patrols we send out. They find all sorts of old world artifacts. And then there are the spoils of war, recovered from out there. Our enemies are a good place to get resources.
What goods have you got?
Of course.
You didn't come here to pray, did you? I can spot the devout. And you don't look like you're here to ask for divine assistance, am I right?
You're right. I don't need assistance.
Ha! I knew it! You know, there is a reason why I wanted to talk to you. For all the thirst for knowledge in this place, people can be a little focused. They want logic, straight answers. They forbid anyone from looking deeper into things. And that's crazy. I mean, knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom brings you closer to Kalan. So what's wrong with getting some answers? Which brings me to you. I'm betting you have answers, and I'm betting you're the curious type.
Does Kalan approve of betting?
Yes. No. Who knows? I mean, some of those texts are hard to work out. Unless you just believe what people say they mean. But then I guess that's why I keep getting in trouble. So, are you going to help me?
Tell me your problem.
Have you ever heard of the prophet Arvid?
No. Should I have?
Oh, yeah. He's the founder of our order. The reason why the clerics exist.
Tell me about Arvid.
Well, sure, okay. Like I said, he's the founder of our order. He was born about 200 years ago, we think, and he was the first to be enlightened by Kalan. After the comet hit, it was his burden and his privilege to lead people into a new future, to save those who had survived. The first followers were here, in the Horde. They had saved technology from destruction, and Kalan showed them how that technology could be used to help all the people of Magalan. They reached out to others, but not everyone listened. You can see what became of the rest when you look to Tavar.
What did Arvid do?
He wrote the rules that have bound us here in the Horde. And our ancestors began research on how Elex could be used for the good of all. With it, even though our community was small, we were able to defend ourselves from the malice of the godless.
All seems a bit vague.
Yes, I know. I mean, some details have been lost in time. Some believe Arvid still remains among us, although that is nonsense. Some uneducated people wanted to proclaim him a god, even during his lifetime, but he always spurned this idea. It is likely that he saw his time coming. According to the lore, grief about the unreasonableness of people tore him apart from the inside. And when he could take the pain no longer, it is said that he left the people with the words of Kalan and went into the Great Light. Scholars are still arguing to this day about what the Great Light is exactly. Some say that he rose to heaven to Kalan. Others claim that he set forth to find the reason for the crater. But that's exactly my point. I want to know more, but only certain scholars are allowed to see the text. But there's something about Arvid, something about those early works that doesn't make sense. And I can't work out why. But will they let me in the archives to study his writings? No. I sneaked in, they threw me out. I was lucky to avoid re-education. Concentrate on what's right here, right now, they told me. It is only possible to change the future if you draw the correct conclusions from the past, they said.
So you need access to the archives?
No. Well, Yeah, that would be great, but for now, I just need a book. All that I want is a copy of Arvid's teachings. There has to be a written copy, or a recorded copy somewhere. It's just not available to us out here. And that bugs me. So, do you think you can get into the archives and get it for me?
So, why don't you ask if you can work in the archives?
You think I haven't thought of that? I'm barred, punishment for breaking in, and I've no idea when they'll allow me back. I would like to give you the following, in any case, before you are on your way. I am certain that I can get something from the recordings that will be of use to all of us. Then, maybe, I'll finally understand what our purpose is.
Why is this book so secret?
Because we are to serve Kalan in combat and not to interpret his words. They say we are missing the necessary vision to understand his divine message. But I would like to learn that for myself instead of having it spoon-fed to me. Maybe it's nothing, but I can't let it go.
What can you tell me about the archives?
It's a store of knowledge from before the comet hit, and it is where all information found in the rest of the world is brought. Our archivists are attempting to glean all sorts of information from the scraps of data we were able to retrieve from outside the Horde. The work is very time-intensive, so the archivists don't like it at all when people interrupt their work. So, they will have you thrown out if you manage to get into the archives without authorization.
I will get you the book from the archives.
Thank you. This is one mystery I can't wait to solve.
Any suggestions for how I get into the archives?
I've been thinking about that, and there are 3 ways. You could watch to see when Carl, the guard on the archives, leaves his post. That might take a few hours, and I personally have never seen him leave his post. But hey, he has to move at some point, doesn't he? Or you could access the security console and put your name on the access list. But the simplest and most obvious solution is for you to join the clerics.
Teach me something.
Yeah?
I want to trade.
Right you are. I'll show you what you can buy at your rank.
About the Elex smuggling. The chem smuggling is over.
And so, who was behind this?
An outlaw. Karsten was behind everything. But you don't need to worry about him.
He's dead. Then Kalan has seen justice. But how was an outlaw able to do business inside the Horde?
He infiltrated the outpost. People thought he was a cleric, so he was able to continue his business in secret.
Well, that's gonna take some further discussion with the legates. You can't let anyone else get in the same way. Thank you for your help. But, very well. Let's say this matter is closed. And I will tell the necessary authorities the service you've done for me.
Thanks.
I thank you. That will be all. Dismissed.
What do you know about the chem dealing here in the Horde?
I know I don't have anything to do with it, and I don't want to be connected to it either. Fighting is about purity. Chems are far from pure.
How can I become a paladin?
Oh, wait. You are being serious?
Yes.
Well, first you have to go to Judicator Reinhold and prove that you are worthy of joining the clerics. If Judicator Reinhold accepts that you have the right abilities, then you'll be permitted the honor of becoming an acolyte. That is the true beginning to your journey. Acolytes may become legates if they have enough training and they earn the honor. And it is only legates who have the right to be promoted to become a paladin. If you truly wish to succeed, you'll need to focus on achievement at every level. Without that, you will never advance.
How can I earn something for myself around here?
You take the next step of the journey and show your commitment. The Horde suffered an attack by mutants about a week ago. They came from the north or northeast, and the survivors returned that way. The men I sent after those survivors haven't returned. If you find out where the mutants are coming from, there will be a fair payment waiting here for you.
I'll kill those mutants.
I'll give you the coordinates I sent my men to. See if you can find out what is bringing those mutants so close to the Horde. Then kill them and return to me. You're dismissed.
What goods have you got?
Okay.
Kalan be with you. What brings you to me? Are you here to pay your tithe?
I'm not here to pay anything.
All who stay here must pay their tithe to honor Kalan. But let's get to the point. As the highest suggester, I don't have much free time, as I'm sure you understand.
Suggestion?
The correction of those who have strayed from the path of the pure. As the High Suggester, I assist the minds and souls of the lost to return to Kalan's ways through suggestion. Kalan's will works through a skill all clerics must learn. The mind must be free from false teachings. The body pure, free of the poison of Elex. Only then can we be at one with Kalan and his community. As a patriarch, it is my job to guide and advise. The will of Kalan clears the mind.
How do you clear someone's mind?
Through suggestion. We have developed technology, implants that allow us to guide the minds of others. It takes training, but it means we can bring people back to the pure path, or suggest to them that they do things that will assist us. It is an art that only the clerics understand.
Do you use suggestion on the other factions?
When necessary. But suggestion is a tricky art, and it is always better if you can persuade someone instead of manipulating their mind. That said, suggestion is a useful weapon when necessary. I wish we could use it freely on the Alps, but they have proven to be resistant. Some say it is because they are strong of mind, others that it is because they have been poisoned. But I think the answer is more straightforward. Their commanders are using an extreme form of brainwashing on them already. Their minds are already being controlled.
So this is where you brainwash people?
No. You can't force people to change who they are. You can only bring out their better traits. That is what I do. I re-educate people. That is what I must do now. There is a poor wretch who requires re-education. Leave me. I must help him find the light of Kalan.
Wolf wants Eli dead. He asked me to kill him.
Yes, I had a message from him insisting that Eli was beyond saving. But suggestion will win out. He can't resist it. I just hope I can get through to him before he gets someone to help him with his plan.
Wait, you know about his plan?
Of course. He isn't exactly timid about approaching people. The xenophobic imbecile wants people dead, and he is looking to recruit anyone who'll listen. You should stay well away from him.
Here, the report from the Southern Outpost.
So, they've got you playing messenger.
I ran up expenses on this job. I'll need those paying back.
This job wasn't supposed to involve expenses. But if they were incurred, they should be paid.
Is chem dealing a big problem here in the Hort?
I had thought we were free of their vile product. But it seems we do have something of a problem. A large reward has been offered to anyone able to bring them to justice. That should prevent this from becoming a bigger problem. If you think you can find these dealers, I would welcome your insight.
It is significant that Elex causes so many problems everywhere.
We are bound together by our weaknesses.
Then remember that next time you send your mechs into Idan.
It is clear to me that we must face the Albs together. It is the Berserkers who have clung to our history of warfare.
About the chem dealers here in the Hort.
Yes?
I helped Dietrich find the men behind the chem dealing.
Yes, he informed me. And we are in your debt.
A spiritual debt or a worldly one?
That isn't what I meant. But very well. Take this Elexit as thanks. If you can find the guilty parties here in Hort, then that would open the way for you to join the clerics. If that is what you would wish to do.
I think I know who the chem dealer is.
Well, please tell me who you think is responsible.
I think it was Oswald.
Oswald acts like a pious, Kalan-fearing person, but there is something strange about him. Maybe this explains his behavior. Thank you for your work. I will investigate this further. If he is really the suspect, then he will receive a just punishment, and you shall receive the promised reward when that happens.
I would like to become an acolyte of the clerics.
You would. That matter with Dietrich was good work. Finding the men behind the chem dealing was the highest priority. But that aside, you've proved you are ready to act in Kalan's name, and we need to add more good men into our ranks. If you are ready, I will name you an acolyte of the clerics. But remember, devoting yourself to Kalan is a life choice. You must turn your back on the other factions. So are you sure that you want to become a cleric?
No. I still need to think about this.
As you wish. But don't take too long.
Yes, the newcomer. Now, there is a face that shows the world as it is. Conflict, friendship, betrayal, and trust. Let me get a look at you. Whatever you have seen, you are free of it now. You've reached us here.
This is the worst place to come for that. The clerics define themselves by the past.
The past sets rules for us to follow. But for individuals, each must have a chance to rewrite themselves.
Thank you for your offer. I'll think about it.
You should. You have carried your own burden, and that of others, for too long. Here you will find others to share that load. Tell me what you want.
The clerics say that they are leading the fight against the Alps. But do you really expect you can beat them with the forces you have here in the Hort?
Faith is a weapon that can achieve much. I believe in Kalan. I believe in the technology he's given us, and in the men and women who carry it. We clerics were the first of the factions to rise after the ashes of the comet, and while other alliances have come and gone, we have prevailed. So, we shall continue to do so, if it is Kalan's will that we should do so. But, if you ask me if we can hold out against the Berserkers, the Outlaws, and the Albs, then I would ask whose interest would the destruction of the Hort serve? And the answer can only be the Albs. You've seen them. The converters they build on our lands. The will of Kalan shall be made real. We will drive them from the converter in the north and from the lands of all the free people. The clerics shall prevail, and I hope that other factions can realize this in time to save themselves.
You need to find someone to unite the factions.
We must work together if we are to survive. But we must work together with Kalan to lead us all. We must find a way to persuade the other factions to agree to work with us. Then together we can destroy the Albs. I need an ambassador for this task. Someone who can take my proposals to the other factions, but to know if you're suitable for this role, I must know who you are. And I need an honest answer.
I don't know who I am now, but I was Jax, an Alb commander.
And you walk in here and confess that? Since when do Albs come to talk? Are you lying? Or are you here to kill me? Draw your weapon here, and this cathedral will be a grave to both of us.
I'm not here to kill you. I was Jax. Now, I'm trying to find out who I am.
Then, you have renounced the hybrid and joined the Free People?
I am free from Elex. I'm exiled from the Ice Palace. I was betrayed, and now I'm being hunted by my own people.
So you are here seeking protection? To save your own skin? Or have you really escaped the Elex and seen the life there is outside Zekor? Commander Jax, the Alb, standing here. That is not something I would have believed. Yet, here you stand.
I was a wanderer. Now, I seek a cause.
Well, whoever you were shouldn't matter. The present counts for all, and yesterday for little. Kalan says the past is there to teach us, not to judge us. Renounce your past, and you can come to Kalan in wisdom. That will take courage. And in these bleak days, courage is vital if we are to save this world. But you must have questions. Ask, and may Kalan bring you enlightenment.
Are the Albs still attacking the Hort?
It has been some time since their last major assault. But I'm sure you know that already, Commander Jax. The attacks we've suffered took too many brave souls. Souls who would have been better improving Magalan than lining graves. The death of Judicator Johann was a particular shock. But for the price that was paid, there was one exacted, and the Albs haven't attacked us in such strength again. Well, that is my hope. They could simply be massing for a bigger assault. We've had time to retrain, regroup, but it is hardly a secret that we are short of personnel. So, if you are here working for the Albs, you'll see nothing that's not known already. And we know that the Albs have used the time to entrench themselves deeper at that damned converter of theirs. Perhaps securing that was the extent of their plans, or perhaps they're just waiting for us to attack it before they strike again.
What do you know about the Alb forces? The most recent information I have is that Commander Uruk has 3 garrisons supported by fighting machines and colossi.
Then I can only hope they haven't brought up any more reinforcements.
Will you wait for an Alb attack or strike first?
The converter has to be taken out of operation. It is the only way to free Ignadon, and the longer they sit there, the more time they have to prepare. We need to attack the converter, but it will take a major offensive. And that will cost us in lives and material.
Why have you waited so long to attack? Surely they get stronger while you're waiting.
The answer to that should be obvious when you walk around the Hort. While our production lines have made up for our losses in fighting machines, they can't do the same with people. And the death of Judicator Johann has left us with another issue. The shortage of a commander with real field experience.
What about you? Can you lead the attack?
No. That is far from my skill set. Logistics, defense, and interpreting Kalan's commandments are where my strengths lie. We need someone like you. An experienced commander. Someone who understands the Albs. What about you? You've seen the world. You must understand something of the Albs. Will you fight with us? Soldier or commander, we need people who have seen the world.
I don't know. My memories of those times are only fragments, though I'm sure I was betrayed so someone could take my place.
No? Well, humility is an important trait in a leader. Or do you have another reason for not wanting to be considered?
If that is so important, why entrust it to someone who has just walked in through your doors? Do you always trust people so easily?
I trust my faith, and there is something about you that tells me you have a part to play in all that will come. Faith will show me the way. But perhaps you are intended for a different role. Will you go out as an ambassador to the free people? Speak to those who lead the other factions. Find me someone with experience. Someone independent. Someone who can lead. That in itself will give you a hand in shaping all our futures.
I will find you your experienced commander.
Good. Then go out to the other free people. This commander will be a symbol of the need for us all to work together. Be they separatist, berserker, or outlaw. Find someone with experience of leading troops in battle. Someone willing to risk themselves to stop the Albs. Someone willing to lead from the front by example.
You sound like you really believe we will find someone out there.
Faith and necessity sometimes breed hope. You should ask the leaders of the other factions if they will take on this role. If they decline, try their commanders. May Kalan and good fortune be with you.